Today is the day! It's very exciting. Somebody seems to have tripped the switch from summer to autumn because the past 3 days has been torrential rain, which has been great because it filled my water butts up, but also such a hoolie. It has been gales all over the place. And we had an issue with the house last night. I'm going to just take you up. And basically, if you remember, I corrugated tin to this side, but I ran out of corrugated tin and time. And so on the other side, I just put this liner. Well, I came up yesterday, that liner was gone. It had been ripped off in the wind. I wanted to reuse the liner again in the future, so I purposely only put screws on the very edges. However, when I re-put it on last night, I had to put screws all over it. So I'm not going to be able to reuse that as a liner for anything, but hopefully it's now fastened down. I also used a couple of my dumbbell weights, 10k, so there's 40k now on the roof to try and keep that down. But it has shown me that when this wind subsides, I do need to take all of that off and put corrugated tin on it. The other thing is I've moved the chickens today for the 3rd time. So they've been on 2 rotations of grass and now they're on the 3rd lot. And I'm really impressed actually seeing it in situ and how it works, how the grass bounces back. So this is their new patch, their fresh grass. This is the patch that they are on for 2 weeks. And you can see that it's quite stamped down. And then this patch is where they were for the week before. So this has now not had them on for 2 weeks and compared with this patch. And I think you can kind of see how the grass is also already regenerating here. Just after 2 weeks, and then I guess in a month this will actually almost be usable again. It's obviously more up by the house, by the shed. It's more stamped down because that's the area that they congregate and I congregate. But even here, this was grass for the first patch, and then you can clearly see a horizontal line here where the fence was, and this was where they've just been. So you can see the difference, which is really, really cool, I think. The other thing is, you might remember there was somebody dumping sawdust in my pit. Well, I befriended them, I found them, and I've asked him now just to give it to me in bags. So I have all the fresh, free sawdust that I could ask for the animals, which is a result. So we are gearing up for a very exciting day today. Not only is my sheep flock expanding, but there is a brand new animal arriving on the homestead, on this small holding today. I've known them since they were born, and I just can't wait. Hi, what's the matter? It makes me very happy. I mean, you're not too dirty.
It's not that bad.
Okay, you're quite dirty. You got poop on you. Poop, poop, poop. So, I need to introduce you to some gorgeous boys. You might wonder why I've got goats here, especially because they're wethers. So they're not nanny goats, they're not going to give me milk, and they're not going to give me any breeding, because a wether, of course, is a boy without any testicles. But A, nostalgia, because I kidded all of these earlier this year, so they are from my old workplace, so I know them very well. I also want to use them as my maintenance crew. So they're going to be on a tether system and electric fencing, and I'm going to move them around the farm, and they are going to eat brambles and nettles and hedgerows, and they're going to help me keep everything under control. So let me introduce you. So I have 5 in all. I started off with just the 2, and then I gradually realised that I wanted more because I loved them. This is Humbug. Humbug was one of Quad's, and he is a lovely little boy. Hello. You're eating my finger. I should say they're all crosses, so there's nothing pure here either, so you wouldn't want to breed from them. My Anglo-Nubian nannies are coming in a few weeks. You love my finger, don't you? So this is Humbug. This is Venom. Venom, when he was born, he was actually jet black, hence why he was called Venom. But he's now gone to this lovely sort of concrete brown colour. He's funny because he's got this tiny head on this really fat little body. They're all overweight. They have been petting farm goats. Of course, they've been fed by public, and so they're all overweight. So they are going on a massive diet now of just hay, no nuts. So Humbug, Venom, this is Angus, and at work we named the kids by going through the alphabet. So Angus was the first baby born this year. Hello. What are you doing? I'm trying to focus on Angus, not you. So Angus is here. And then we have Ulysses. And who's coming to see me first? Gurgi or Ulysses? Hello, Ulysses. Oh, you don't want to see me. So this is Ulysses. His mum was actually half Angora, so I'm interested to see whether he grows a curly fleece. I think he might, because it is getting quite long, and it's starting to get a little bit wavy. So I think he may end up getting a curly fleece. And then this is Gurgi, who I think is absolutely beautiful. Hello. He's got a very pretty face. And again, his mum was also half Angora. His tail is a bit more curly, but his fleece maybe not so much, so we need to wait. But that's the 5 boys, and as I say, they're going to be used as a maintenance crew. Now, the keen-eyed of you might have also spotted there are not only goats in this pen, there is also a sheep. And that's because my sheep, my 2 Norfolk Horns that I was bought as a gift, have also arrived today. So all in all, 7 new animals. I've got 2 new sheep and 5 new goats. So this here is Capulet, and he is a ram lamb, so he's intact, and he's hopefully going to be one of my breeders. Now he is actually in a very sorry state. He wasn't looked after properly as a lamb, and you can see on the back there he's been dagged and clipped back because he had fly strike. My friends at my old workplace rescued him from where he had originally been bought, took him there and reared him up. They've wormed him, and they've really looked after him, and they've got him so he's not got diarrhea anymore. But so now we just basically need to feed him up. So if I zoom out, you can kind of see the size of him against the goats even. So he is quite small. I'm going to hopefully be getting another ram lamb in a week or so as a companion for him. And I reckon with some good grub and some care that we can build him up. And just for comparison, I'll show you his twin sister. So his twin sister's arrived and she's here. So she's pretty much, so this is Cotton, and she's pretty much the same size as Coco and Candy. So you can see Cotton, and then he's tiny in comparison. So we've now got 3 sheep, 3 breeding ewes, a ram, and 5 wonderful goats. The weather is pretty terrible, so we're not even going to attempt to take the goats out because goats despise the wind and the rain. So we're going to start training when the weather has improved a bit. Obviously it's still going to be cold because we're moving into autumn and winter, but I need to start tether training with them so that I can, when I come here, I can tether them out. While I'm here, of course, I wouldn't leave them untethered, but tether them out so they can start to browse. We'll start that when the weather improves, and I'll just probably take out 2 at a time and get them used to it, and then hopefully the situation will be that all the ewe lambs will go out onto the field under electric fencing. Some of the goats will go out into the electric fencing as well, if I can contain them, and then every other day, or every day, I will take out a different group of goats around the farm to graze. The ram will stay in here because if you remember my other video about the worm counts and keeping them in, they'll all be staying in for a few weeks, but the ram especially will stay in, and then his ram buddy will stay in because they won't stay in if it's electric fencing. I need to do some proper fencing for them because especially at this time of year as well, the girls, even though they're young, they will start to cycle. So we need to keep the boys well away until next year. So for now, they'll be staying inside. So I just need to do a little shout out to Barleylands Farm Park as well. Obviously I was the one that kidded them back in lockdown, but you guys are the ones that have looked after them since I've left. So I'm really, really grateful to you and especially to Emma and Molly for bringing them up to me today. You're welcome at any time to come and see them. So the farm is pretty much complete now for this year. I have hopefully got 1 more ram lamb coming and a couple of Anglo-Nubian nanny goats. But apart from that, we're set to the end of the year. We can settle in and we can get everybody happy and healthy and hopefully out onto some pasture. If you've enjoyed the video, please, as always, hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing so you don't miss the journey, especially with these guys now on board. If you're at Facebook, please come across and join us at Brimwood Farm's community group. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Bye-bye.